It's good, y'all. Sitting outside in the beautiful, beautiful, sunny day. Let me go ahead and switch this phone of mine. I want to switch it around real quick. Yeah, y'all should be able to still not see me. Let me switch it anyway. That was whack. Now, I want to talk about because I want my shirt to be seen. Always believe. Okay. I had to hold on to that watching this game. Like, it's crazy watching how the Cowboys came out and it looked like they were just lost. Like, that first quarter, I sat there with my mouth completely closed and I was locked in. Like, I felt like I was on the football field saying, I need to stay focused. Like, I had to tell myself to calm down, chill, whatever. But the crazy part is I wasn't all loud. Like, my boy Dave was asking me, like, and Mike was asking me, are you okay? Are you all right? You good? I was just locked in. We're down 14-0, and there don't seem to be any responses. Offense is looking like they don't know what to do. Defense is, like, out of gas, looking like 49ers just ripped them a new one. I mean, to be real. But for me, I was just like, if they can get that first drive going, I believe they'll find their way. And that's what happened. Dak Prescott refuses to take a sack. And because he refuses to take a sack, he ends up standing up, and the guys get frustrated, and they throw their body into him. And the whistle was already blown while he was in contact or being held in contact by the defensive line. Old dude decided to throw himself into the fray, and the referees are like, look, we got to protect these players, and we're going to throw a flag on it. Kept the drive alive. Now, if you're listening to Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, they made it sound like it was nothing. Why did they even throw a flag on that? But at the same time, they know good and well, they watch enough football to know that there's a lot of situations that take place that the referees just don't get. They are very, very picky at times on who they throw flags against. Shout out to Cam Newton. Getting into also what I saw with the defense, they had to make some necessary adjustments. Now, Blaine Gabbert sucks. Y'all know that. Y'all can see it. He is who he is. He's only good for running and occasional throwing. He can't throw a ball past 15 yards. He may have had a couple of plays, but hey, a broken clock is right twice a day anyway. So let's just not dial it down and say, oh, the Cowboys faced a worthy opponent. Let's just be honest. The Cowboys defense did their job. However, Blaine Gabbert sucks. So we still are to applaud the defense. We are to applaud them. However, we are to not give credence and credit too much to Gabbert. Okay, he's sorry. Carlos Hyde had his moments, but the game belongs to Zeke. We all know that. Boy got over 100 yards again. You probably may or may not even hear that from the radio station that you are listening to, probably if you live in Dallas, because they suck. They suck at truly reporting the positives that the Cowboys show. They always point out the negative stuff. We already knew what that dead stuff goes on. They mad and whatever. So they're going to find a way to stick it to the Cowboys, even though they pulled out a very, very tough win. Let's get to what we saw offensive-wise. Like, Dak still hasn't thrown a pick. And he had a chance. Like, he literally had a chance on, like, the third or fourth attempt. He threw it right to homeboy. Homeboy dropped it. And they were all about it, talking about it. He's going 131 consecutive passes without throwing a pick. He's got 2 touchdowns to top what he already has, which is 3 on the year, no picks. God bless him. Heaven's smiling up on him right now. Bryce Butler, he's fighting for that number 2. And just like Terrence Williams, they're doing the most. That's really what's going on with these two fellas. Like, Williams has, people say football IQ. He's trying to do the most. They're trying to earn that number 2. And that's the stuff that Garrett preaches on often in off-season and training camp. He loves to have that open competition. Why? Because you get the most out of the players. However, you get the most and the highest of emotions. And when the highest of emotions meet the football field, you get things like the unsportsmanlike conduct crap. I feel like that was a bit of a chip shot at what the Cowboys been doing to kind of help the 49ers along. At the same time, Bryce has to have a little bit of control. He didn't play a bad game. However, it's literally that press, that drawing, that burning desire that he has to be that number 2 receiver that he's doing the most, just like Terrence Williams. I'm just grateful that when they catch the ball, they're actually getting up the field and trying to score. I get that. I appreciate that. I think that has something to do with Dez being that main alpha male wide receiver, and just a trickle effect. So they try to match up with him because he keeps bringing that intensity every single day he walks into the Star in Frisco on the practice field or even on the sideline like you saw earlier in the game often. That I think that emotion trickles down to them, and they try to do the most just like him, except they don't have the talent that he has, as much as talent as he has. They're talented receivers in their own right, but Dez is on a far different scale. One main thing I saw often that they try to point out was the frequent false start penalties that Chaz Green didn't get called. However, I believe at least 6 or 7 times each drive the Cowboys started off with a false start penalty. So even though that Chad didn't get Chaz Green for anything called, the Cowboys still counteracted it with legitimate false start penalties. It sucks. They got to do a better job of cleaning that up. Half that has to do with being in a hostile environment. They got to be better at that. Looking at Witten, consummate professional, leader, catching passes on and constantly on that drive at the end of the first half. The safety security blanket. See it with Romo, you see it with Dak. Beasley was pretty effective with that one catch they got up the field. I wish they would have cashed in on a touchdown on that. But defense showed up. Shout out to Claiborne. I was doubting him in the offseason. My prayer is that he stays healthy. I just hope he stays healthy because we're going to need him. Next week, we got A.J. Green. We need you, dude. Come on with it, man. That's your rival from the SEC. What I'm really happy about with this Cowboys squad is their resilience. 2 touchdowns ain't easy to come back from, and then you hinging on multiple mistakes that are being made. The only thing that the Cowboys did not do in this game, and I'm so glad they didn't turn the ball over. They almost did one time, and then, the missed field goal. It's been learned that Dan Bailey has a low back injury. So we may see the Cowboys trying out new kickers just to at least see what other guys can offer, especially for long distance, because Dan has missed 2 of them from 47 or out. So, once again, I'm just thrilled. I had to hold fast to what this shirt says, always believe, because I was frustrated early on, like, okay, I knew we going to win, but this is getting out of hand. Like, we got to get this straight. Cowboys are a tough team. This is stuff that you guys who dog Garrett out, this is stuff he preaches often. The only thing you need is talent to supplant it. So you got the talent now. The stuff you've been preaching, it's going to find its way into the team. And that's what you got. Guys giving max effort, doing what they have to do to get the win. Ezekiel out there giving everybody high fives, egging them on. He's out there giving it his most. And as you can see, I've been joined by my niece. Appreciate you guys watching this. Be happy. A win is a win in the league. Some of you guys might not be happy at how the Cowboys won or celebrating because it's the sorry 49ers. You can't help who you're playing. If they had lost, we'd be dogging, talking about how sorry they are. Celebrate wins. Don't overthink it. I wrote the book on it. Don't do it, okay? This is week 4. 3-1 Cowboys. Shout out to everybody who's watching this and got comments and stuff like that. I'll holler at y'all later. Finna go and do some music stuff. Y'all be blessed. Enjoy this day. I know I will. DC4L. Peace.